Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope everybody had a great weekend. I started missing you guys yesterday. I missed you and I started getting excited to come back today. I missed you guys. I'm so glad I'm back today. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you guys to wake up to and come live stream. So I'm glad that we are back today, live streaming the Betty Broderick trial, A Woman Scorned. I'm Debbie. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I stream trials from the past in the morning for about an hour, hour and a half, and then I jump over to a live trial. If there's not a live trial, then I just do a trials from the past for a few hours. So usually my wonderful mod Judy has some little bit of trivia about the trial that we're doing. So let's see what she has today. August is over. Yay. September is here. My favorite time of the year, fall. I love fall. Partly because I live in Florida and it starts to get cooler in fall. Although we do have hot weather all the way through, usually until late December. But I still love fall. Um, College football. I like college football. The Gators specifically. Um, and the holidays are coming up, so time to pick out a Halloween costume and start Christmas shopping. Happy New Year. No, 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 no. Not yet, Judy. Not yet. Not yet. um, I already did my Halloween thingy, which I am having trouble getting the video that I promised y'all because I'm good at sitting here and doing things. Going out and making videos and coming back here and putting it into a video, I'm not. I have friends that are going to help me learn how to do this though. So it's going to happen. It just has not happened yet. I did not lie. There is going to be a video of my Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. I just don't know when it's going to happen. So I already did the Halloween thing. I did my Halloween early. But okay. Betty fought with two female jail guards who came to her cell to move her to an isolation unit as punishment for an earlier infraction. Refusing to cooperate, she apparently kicked, howled, and struggled and had to be forcibly evicted from her cell wearing green panties and a sweatshirt. Betty sued the officers. However, a judge dismissed the suit as baseless and without merit. That is in the movie. So, I found the movie. Where did I find the movie? YouTube. It's on YouTube. A Woman Scorned is the name of the movie. It's on YouTube. That is in the movie. But she's fully dressed in the movie, so don't worry about seeing panties or anything. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Terry. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. So good to see you all. So yeah, she did that. She did that. She was fighting with, they were about to take her into court. She was all dressed up in normal clothes. They were about to take her in the court, and she was sitting on a bench with other inmates in the movie. Now, I'm not sure if this is really the reason why she was punished, but she was, oh, I'm innocent until proven guilty. So she didn't think she had to do anything the guards told her to do. So she didn't behave. And she was all dressed up for court, sitting on a bench, and was fighting with one of the other inmates. And they they yelled at her then, but I guess because she was about to go into court, they didn't do anything. And then she came back and was in her cell, and then they went in there and they got her and said, "You're being punished and you have to go to solitary." And she kicked and screamed, and it took a bunch of people to transfer her to solitary. It was it was it was something. It was something. Um this woman's a piece of work, and she testifies in this trial, and that we're going to be days and days and days listening to her. But I think it's going to be entertaining. So, right now we are still on her oldest daughter's testimony. We're also going to hear from her younger daughter. But let's go ahead and get going with the last part of her oldest daughter's testimony, which I don't know. Yeah, it's 2 hours. We're not going to get through all of it. Just more to look forward to tomorrow.
The mother would talk to the children, is that correct? About
Yes.
visits?
Yes.
And the children with your father?
Well, yeah, yes, basically, one of them would tell them if they wanted them that weekend, and then the other one would work it out with the other one, yeah.
And then your father would give the answer to the children, he wouldn't give it to your mother, is that right?
Right,
And then the children would relay that to your mother?
right.
And do you remember testifying that there was at least one occasion where your mother you didn't know your mother was trying to get a hold of you because the phone was off?
I don't remember testifying to it, but I think that happened. I think I called her once, and then she called me back, and I didn't know she called me back.
Some of these these tapes that were copies of tapes that were in the machine, Linda made some of those tapes, didn't she?
I'm not aware of that. I know she sometimes heard the tapes. I don't know if she made the tapes, the other tapes.
Remember testifying, being asked last time if Linda got involved in the process of making tapes, and you indicating yes?
Sometimes she heard the tapes and would bring them to Dad's attention. I wasn't around when Dad made the tapes either. They just took the tapes and then they'd record them.
I can show you page 336, line 5 through 7. Read that to yourself.
Which part?
336, lines 5 through 7.
Yeah.
When you were asked about whether you knew whether Linda got involved in making the tapes, your answer was yes. Correct.
Well, got involved in the process of making the tapes. She knew what the tapes to Dad. I never saw her make it. I never saw Dad make the tapes. I really don't know who exactly made the tapes.
So you saw her.
If they would hear a tape, she would have something to do with it. The only reason that they made tapes Because what made put them on other tapes is because there were so many messages on the machine. They couldn't bring in all the messages.
Did they tell you why they couldn't just give a whole tape?
Well, they're messages from our friends. They weren't all from Mom.
Some of them were from Mom that weren't bad, wasn't there? Did your mother at least once leave a message that wasn't a bad message?
Yes, I told you that. She would leave bunches of messages. Some were bad, some weren't. Some were for us, some were nice, some were just talking to the boys, and then some were mean to us and to Dad.
Was there any reason that they couldn't give the court the messages that weren't mean?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Well, you just said that there was reasons that they couldn't give a whole tape that showed everything that was done on the phone that day. Was there a reason that you knew for that?
Not that anyone told me, just what I would assume. Why would a court want to hear every message that we had in the day? The only point to making the tapes was so that Mom would stop calling and saying bad words. That's the only reason Dad brought them to court. So why would...
Were you at any of those hearings about the tapes?
No. But I think, well, the one I wasn't at, I think that they talked about tapes.
Which hearing was that? Remember when?
Well, she went to jail afterward.
And did you ever hear your mother complain that the tapes were edited and that she'd left other calls on there that weren't just before that?
Objection, Your Honor. That misstates the evidence. It's facts, not evidence. Gives comment evidence.
Sustained.
I think that I forgot her name, Betty. I think Betty has told this lawyer some things that aren't true, and I feel so sorry for Kim because I think the lawyer has believed some of Betty's lies and is now asking questions that aren't true, and poor Kim is just getting confused because of all these questions that didn't happen, and she's trying to, like, oh, I told you that. Like, she's trying to figure out where this is coming from because her mom is telling lies and her attorney's believing it, and then poor Kim is stuck trying to figure out, why is he asking me these questions about things that never happened? I just feel so sorry for this poor teenage girl who's having to deal with all this stuff like a grown woman. But like we found out on Friday, Judy gave us the little bit of trivia about her, that she has grown up and married and had kids and has a nice productive life. I mean, I'm sure there's some like PTSD there from all of this, but she's turned out okay, which makes me feel much better. But this whole thing just breaks my heart. I feel so bad for this girl. She won't even look at him. Look, she's like, oh.
Did you ever know why the phone was put in the closet?
It was just continually ringing. That was sometimes a reason. He never really said. He'd just take it out, put it in the closet.
So you didn't know why?
No. We could assume why, but no, we didn't know why.
There was sometimes the boys would hear your mother's voice on the answering machine. She was talking and they'd get upset because they couldn't find the phone. All right?
I don't remember that in particular, but when people would be leaving messages and we couldn't find the phone, we got upset. So we'd run around and try and find the phone.
Remember?
I don't remember that incident in particular, but if Mom had called and we were all trying to find the phone, if she was talking and we would try and find the phone, that would have happened.
Well, do you remember testifying at the last trial that there was times when the boys would hear your mother's voice and they would be upset because they didn't know where the phone was?
We all would try and find the phone. Yes, I remember that. That would happen. When anyone would call and we couldn't find the phone too.
The, now, the phone calls that you received from, first from Lee and your mother on the day that your father died, do you remember what your mother said and what Lee said?
Not some of the things. Some of the things, yes, I remember which one said, but some of it, I don't remember which one of them I heard it from. Like the, okay, you shot me, I'm dead. That I don't remember which one said that.
The, and you also got the impression from those conversations that they didn't know if your father was dead or not, is that correct?
Yes, that's the impression that I got.
And also, now, during the time that, when your mother would get mad at your father, sometimes it was over the cars that he was driving, is that correct?
She's not mad about everything. I don't know if that was one particular incident. She's probably mad about a million things, and she brought up the car too.
Well, when you 4 children were living with your father, he was driving a Corvette.
Yes, she was mad about the Corvette.
Okay, and she was mad that he wouldn't buy a family car, is that right?
She wanted him to buy a family car. Yes, that's correct.
And so he would drive all of you around in a Corvette?
Yes.
Okay, and sometimes Linda would be there with the 4 of you?
I don't know if we ever all fit in there. But sometimes she'd be, I think then we take 2 cars. I don't think we could all fit in there.
There were arguments about food from your, about food at your father's house, wasn't there?
With whom?
Between your mother, some of the things that she was yelling about why she was mad at your father was because of lack of food at your father's house, wasn't there?
She yelled about that. And the lack of food at the house.
Well, there was time that your father left on vacation and the maid had to call your mother to buy food for the home, isn't that right?
I heard about that, but that doesn't, I mean, she left money for groceries. I don't think that's how it happened. We had food. I think we ran out of money doing other things, and then maybe it was run out. I don't really know what happened. That was when Marika was there. I don't remember what happened, but I know Marika called Mom. I think Mom brought over lasagna or something.
Well,
But I don't know if Marika called her about food. I don't really know what happened between the 2 of them.
Well, do you remember testifying last time that you remember that money being spent on activities and groceries and that you ran out of money?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to any further questions. It's irrelevant.
Sustained is also consistent with what she just testified to.
Was there a time when, were you aware of the boys having problems with food to eat in the morning before they went to school?
Objection, vague as to time and irrelevant.
Sustained, present.
At the time that the children, the boys were living with your father and separated from your mother, was there a time where there were complaints about not having breakfast food?
I still object, Your Honor. How many years before these murders did this occur?
Sustained as to time, but only presence for a while.
Your Honor, we heard she went into the whole area before this.
You can ask, just pin it down as to time. Are we talking about 1985, 1989? I don't know.
Well, I'll start with 1985.
Objection, irrelevant.
85 is irrelevant, sustained. Pick it up 89, start with 89.
In 1989, were you aware of complaints that the boys didn't have food for breakfast or food for lunch?
I'm not aware of what Danny told Mom, but there was lots of breakfast food all of the time. Millions of cereals.
Did you talk to the boys about that at all?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
Were you present when the boys testified in court?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may I make an offer of proof as to the questions that were asked?
That's the court at the custody proceeding?
The questions that were asked, how did your father treat the boys?
They weren't asked for this witness, were they?
Yes, I believe they were.
They were asked for this witness. Go ahead. I thought you were talking about when the boys testified.
No. Were you aware of boys' allegations as to...
Objection, Your Honor. He's asking about something that happened someplace else.
Sustained. The issue is not whether she's aware of any allegations. The issue is whether your client was, Mr. Ellis. So objection sustained.
Do you... Did your mother cry about the wedding china?
Cry about it?
Yes.
I don't think, not to me. I don't think she cried about it.
You remember testifying that that might have been one of the things she cried about?
No.
Line 355, 14 through 15.
I'm sorry, counsel, I must have... 355, you said?
Yes.
Well, I said I don't remember.
There's no question. I don't believe
Did you read that?
Yeah, but I didn't say she did. I said I didn't remember.
Well, you also said that that might have been one of the things. Is that correct?
Mom never called me and cried about wedding china.
So that definitely...
She could have cried to somebody else. She might have cried about it. She didn't cry about it to me. I never heard Mom cry about it. She was mad about it. She wasn't sad about it.
Was there a time when there were some problems? Your mother was upset because were you charging food on your mother's account?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
While you were living with your father, were you charging food on your mother's account?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
Again, Your Honor, can I make an offer for the reasons?
No, you can pin it down to time.
And after, when you were living with your father on Cyprus, your mother was living in LAJCA, during the time that your mother was expressing that she was upset and making tapes to your father and mad about things, during that time, were you charging food on your mother's accounts?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled, you can answer that.
Yes, Mom had an account at a supermarket in La Jolla Shores. When we'd be down at her house, we would charge food on her account.
That food wouldn't always be eaten at her house, would it?
Yeah, pretty much around her house. Well, we wouldn't go grocery shopping there. It was just for snacks or whatever. We didn't go get groceries and bring them home, if that's what you mean.
Well, if you were going someplace, you'd go from your father's, you were living at your father's, weren't you?
Yes.
And if you were going someplace, you would use your mother's account to buy snacks. And she got upset.
Yes, but she also told us that we could use it sometimes. She changed her mind about that. because she had all of our names on it at first, and then she took all of our names off of it, and then we didn't charge on it anymore. And she told us at the beginning that we could go use it.
In 1988 and 89, did you have a boyfriend named Tom?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
I make it that, Your Honor, that is something I believe I need to make an offer of Tom.
The name of her boyfriend?
Yes. That's just foundation, but I'll make an offer of proof.
Let's see where this is going. Go ahead, you can answer that. Did you have a boyfriend
Yes.
named Tom? Go ahead.
And did you have your conversations with your mother about Tom?
Objection, it's irrelevant.
You can answer that yes or no, overrule.
Yes.
Did you tell your mother that Tom was spying on her house and was going to do something with people visiting her at her house and your mother?
Absolutely not.
Did you talk to anybody about that?
No.
Have any knowledge that Tom was spying on your mother's house?
Tom was staying in a house above Mom's house, and he could see her house.
But there was no threats that you relayed to your mother or anyone else about your mother?
No, he said, oh, I can see, I was telling him I was going out, he said, I can see a car pulling up to the house. He did not make any threats to come down and do anything to anybody at the house.
Was Tom calling your mother's house?
Yes.
Now, everyone at the house knew the rule that if the boys came over, if your mother came over to the house, she would get arrested, didn't it?
Objection, that's an incorrect statement of fact.
Sustained.
Well, they knew that if they came over without your father's permission, that your mother would get arrested, is that correct?
Objection, one, it's an incorrect statement, and two, it's irrelevant.
Sustained.
On which basis, Sean?
Both, it was in violation of a restraining order. No guarantee she'd be arrested.
Well, it was conveyed to your mother that the belief was that she would get arrested if she came over there.
Objection is beyond this witness's personal knowledge, and the defendant knew what the restraining order was.
Sustained.
The boys would encourage your mother to come in the house, would they not?
To come in the house, no. Not that I'm aware of. To come over and pick them up sometimes. One time, I think she's already in the house, and then Brett was showing her something up in his room. But I don't think that they told her to come over and come in the house.
Everyone was seeing a Dr. Scorned at that time, is that correct? Children, at some point.
Objection, Vegas is something.
Sustained, just rephrase it.
1986.
Yeah, Lee and I went to him, I think, only a few times. But the boys, I think they went a little longer. But we all went, I think, to 2 or 3 meetings, all 4 of us together.
And no one liked Dr. Scorned, did they?
Objection, that's irrelevant.
Sustained.
Not to make an offer of proof on that.
No, go to something else. Whether they like him or not, it's irrelevant.
Well, can I at least,
You make your offer of proof at the recess.
can I ask another question in that area?
Yes?
Was that conveyed to your mother that nobody liked Dr. Scorned?
Yes, I think it was. No one knows us life psychologists, period. we didn't really want to go.
Now, in 1985, during the Christmas holidays, everybody went skiing, is that correct? Christmas 1985.
Everyone knew.
Well, that your father, the 4 children, and Linda went skiing, is that correct? And they went, you went to the family condo?
No,
Okay, where did you go? Remember?
Park City.
And was that for the whole Christmas vacation?
I think we were there for a week.
And he also had you gone in October to your Uncle Larry's Oktoberfest party?
No,
Okay. Did your father go?
I don't. I think so. I've never been to that.
Okay. Now the time that you indicated that sometimes your mother would not want to have visits with the children, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
There were times during holidays where the kids wanted to go skiing, isn't that right?
With whoever?
Yes, with whoever.
Yeah.
And during that time when your mom would say that, did your mom say that she was not going to stop the kids from going on a skiing vacation so that they'd have to sit home with her?
We could have gone skiing with Mom.
Okay. Well, your mom indicated that she didn't have the money to go skiing, didn't she?
Yeah.
And that she wouldn't stop the kids from going skiing if that's what they wanted to do?
Are you just speaking of 85 or all years? We
No,
didn't go
not
skiing on-
85, at other times.
I don't know. She didn't indicate that to me, but I think that's what she thought.
Now, the time when most of your family, extended family, lived out of state,
Yes.
and when your mother and father's family would visit, would your father be working a lot and stay away from those visits?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
This was gone into about isolation. You want me to bring it up to recess?
Yes. Why don't we take the recess this time? We're going to be a while yet.
Probably at least.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our morning recess at this time. Please remember the admonition. We'll be in recess until 5 minutes to 11. Council want to wait behind. We'll take care of this stuff right now.
But his punishments weren't that bad. They weren't. I don't think they were scared about the punishments. They were just scared about being in trouble.
Would you remember saying Dad was mad and acted on it and scared them?
Objection, Your Honor, it's vague as to when and where and what it was referring to.
Sustained.
But you remember being asked about how your dad, how the boys felt about your dad and how your dad punished the boys. Remember that?
Can you direct us to a page?
Your Honor, I'm asking about in the direct testimony. She talked about that.
Do you remember him asking, or Ms. Wells asking you that earlier this week?
About boys being punished.
Yes.
No, not that being punished.
Do you, were the boys scared when your father was mad and acted on them?
Objection, yes, ma'am.
Sustained.
You indicated that your mother at least one time went to Cyprus to get her clothes back.
Yes.
Okay, was it just one time?
One time I heard of.
But were there other times where your mother came over to get clothes? For instance, was there a time where she came over to get ski clothes?
That might have been the one time I was talking about. I don't know what clothes she was coming to get. She would come over. I don't know why she came over.
Do you remember an incident where she came over to get where you had taken her ski clothes and she came over to get them?
Mr. Riley, I didn't take her ski clothes. She lent them to me.
You remember a time where she lent you her ski clothes and she came over to get her ski clothes back?
Not in particular, but that could have happened. I mean, yeah, I borrowed her ski clothes. She could have come back to get them. That could have been the time I was talking about. I don't remember what clothes she was coming to get the time that we were referring to about the picture.
That was in May, though. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. So, okay. So that would have been about ski clothes.
You knew that when you would tell your mother things that were going on, it made her upset, didn't you?
Objection, Your Honor, vague.
Sustained.
Well, when you told her about things that were going on at your father's house that you were upset about or you were mad about, you knew that would upset your mother, didn't you?
Well, she'd ask me about them, but that it eventually upset her.
You would
And I
never.
would get upset about anything, not necessarily just Dad's house. I talked to Mom about it.
Okay. And when you're an emotional person, is that right?
Sensitive.
Okay. And it was, you never went over to your mother and told her about things that were going on. It was only when she asked you?
No, I tell her about everything, and she'd ask me when she wouldn't ask me, but it wasn't like she didn't want to hear them.
The time that the cake was spread around, did Lee cry about that?
Yes.
Okay. You remember testifying before that Lee did not cry about that incident?
Lee was upstairs with Mom, and no, I don't remember testifying to that, but my recollection is Lee was very upset about the cake. But I don't know if I just know that from testimony last year, because I know somebody testified about the cake. I don't even know. I might just be confused about that. I don't know. I know somebody testified to that. I don't know if that's how I heard about Lee being upset about the cake.
Okay. So you don't remember now whether that's...
I'm trying to remember. Okay. I don't even think I was upstairs when the cake incident. But I know Lee was upset about the cake incident.
Well, do you remember the interview with the district attorney on December 7th, don't you? About a month after. Mm-hmm. And you remember telling the district attorney that...
I think the cake incident is when she smeared the Boston cream pie all over his clothes.
He really doesn't get upset about things, and she doesn't cry, and you don't remember her crying about the cake.
I know.
Objection, Your Honor. I'm sorry, that's a compound question, and perhaps counsel could direct us to the page he's talking about.
Page 15, lines 27 through 16. Line 10. If I may approach the...
Wait just a minute. We're getting some pretty strong gas fumes on this side of the room.
There's a gas leak outside, right outside the building.
It's outside the building?
Yeah, just got it all blocked off.
Okay, then we're safe in the courtroom here. Probably safer here than outside. All right, we'll keep going then. I was just concerned there might be a internal gas leak in the courtroom here. Go ahead.
You weren't referring to me, I think.
No, Mr. Riley.
If you could read to yourself lines 27 through 28, page 15 and 16 through line 2. You had a chance to read that? And is it true that Lee is not someone who cries?
She doesn't cry very much, but she was upset about the cake. I don't know if she actually cried.
Okay, but during your interview, you indicated you didn't believe she cried. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's true that the vandalism was not something that affected the children very much, was it?
No, that's totally untrue.
The Do you remember the district attorney in that interview asking you directly how this affected the boys? And you indicating that they thought it was stupid, it didn't affect them very much?
No, I don't recall saying that, but you just said the children. And on the long-term effects of all the children, it affected us all very much.
Okay. Have you talked to anybody about your testimony and making sure that you answer more than the question to try to get things in?
No.
Do you remember being asked that question by the district attorney? If you could read to yourself lines
have a page
16, line 3.
I'm sorry, Counsel, what page?
3 through 10, line 16.
What page?
What page?
Oh, I'm sorry, page 16, lines 3 through 10.
This is an interview from December of '89, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you indicate at that time that you didn't talk about long-term effects, did you then?
No.
And did you indicate that they were that it didn't affect us much?
I believe there I was referring to things like the spray painting on the cake. Those things, when they happened, began not to affect us much because they happen often. Things about like the car and the clothes, the bigger incidents, those did affect us. You just said vandalizing, and all. I thought you meant all those things.
Okay. So the instances that bothered you were the clothes and the car. The other instances.
No, they bothered us, but they didn't. We just kind of cleaned up the mess and went on with things.
There was no time that you remember your mother pulling Christmas wrappings off the presents, was there?
No.
And there was no time that you knew about your mother putting flyers on cars, did you?
No.
And would the boys encourage your mother to come in the house to see things like presents they might have or things they had set up?
Objection to answer that.
Well, you're on the cross, but you can answer that.
Well, if she was already in the house, I don't think they'd encourage her to come over and see them. I don't think they would do that. I don't remember them doing that, but if she was already there, I know that they would like her to come up to their rooms and see things. And they'd show her things.
So once she was at the house, then they would encourage her to come in sometimes to see things.
Or sometimes they'd say, oh, I got this, oh, I got that. Maybe, but I don't think they'd say, why don't you come over and see it? Because she wasn't supposed to do that.
Your mother still asks about what you're doing and what your friends are doing, doesn't she?
Yes.
Now, on the interview on 11/9/89, did you tell the district attorney that your in the first conversation you had with your mother that her voice was quivering, and she said something about when you were crying for you to stop because you were making her cry?
Objection, Your Honor. This has been brought into it afterwards.
Sustained.
Well, I have not shown her a transcript from that hearing and asked her if that's true, Your Honor. She's denied it.
No, she didn't.
That's not how I recall her testimony, but if you want to show her the transcript, go ahead.
If we agreed that her testimony is consistent with that, that's fine.
I'm not making any finding of fact on her testimony, Mr. Early. If you want to show her the transcript, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine.
Okay. Now, the first conversation, that's when your mother was telling you to calm down, is that correct?
I don't remember what happened in the first conversation and the second conversation.
Oh, you don't?
Not specifically. No, I don't.
You don't remember whether your mother's voice was quivering or not in that?
Sometime it was quivering. I don't remember which conversation.
And you remember telling the district attorney it was in the first conversation when your mother was telling you to calm down?
Yes. But now to date, I can't remember if it was the first or second.
You remember your mother telling you not to cry, this was making her cry?
Yes.
Remember whether that was in the first or the second conversation?
No, but that... No, I don't remember it specifically, but I'm not sure that I was crying in the first conversation, so that might have been the second conversation.
Now, you know that your mother wanted to have the boys, didn't you?
Yes.
And had you and you thought she was a good mother when she was with the boys, but that she was not a good mother over the phone. Is that right?
Sometimes.
Well, do you remember being asked by the district attorney, did you think that she was a good mother or not? And your answer was, when she was with them, yes, but when she wasn't over the phone and things, no?
Can counsel please give me a cite?
Page 36.
What are you referring to?
Oh, I'm sorry, the 11-9 interview, page 36, 4 through 7.
Your Honor, I would just ask if counsel would please give me a cite of what he's referring to before he reads it. That's inappropriate.
Okay, Mr. Early, could you do that in the future, please? Go ahead.
Page 36, line 1.
4 through 7.
I'm sorry, can you ask me the question again?
Do you remember being asked a question by the district attorney about being asked directly whether your mother was a good mother?
I don't really remember anything in particular about that conversation, but yeah, she probably asked me that. And I probably said yes.
And that's still your feeling it was over the phone where she would use inappropriate language?
Objection, Your Honor. She hasn't been shown the statement, and that's not a complete statement.
Sustained.
John, I'm not asking her the statement, I'm asking her present memory.
What's your present memory?
If she was a good mother, if she used foul language.
Did she use foul language over the phone or only in person, or when
Both.
did she use it?
Both. She used foul language both times.
If you could read 2 through 7.
I would ask that she read 2 through 12.
2 through 12.
2 through 16.
Okay. Why? Would you want me to answer the question again?
Wait till I ask you a question.
Okay.
Other than the times that your mother was talking in negative terms about your father, did you think she was a good mother?
Sometimes. Well, I still feel sometimes.
That's not what you answered at the time, was it?
Well, I just went on about it longer, but basically, she had them on weekends and things. They weren't there for a long period of time. Sometimes they'd be over there and everything would go great for the weekend. Sometimes she'd have them there for a couple hours and they'd be back home. Sometimes she was in a good mood, sometimes she was in a bad mood. So sometimes she was a great mother and other times she was a terrible mother.
Was Lee scared of your father?
When she was bad, yeah. She was scared about getting yelled at. I don't know what you mean by scared. I mean, we didn't like to get in trouble. But that's it. When Lee got in trouble at school, she was scared about finding out.
17, your father took her out of the well, didn't she?
I don't know how.
Actually, you know, that's assumes facts not known.
Sustained.
Well, your father took Lee out of the well, didn't she?
Objection. It assumes facts not known, and it's not relevant. It's out of context.
Well, you can ask her if she has personal knowledge of that.
Yes.
The answer is yes, you have personal knowledge, and you took her out of the well.
Yes.
When you were asked a question of why Lee referring to the interview of 11/9/89, line 13, page 13, line 26, through the next page, 14, line 3. You remember being asked why Lee did not like her father?
Objection, Your Honor. It's irrelevant.
Sustained.
No, the question was asked. Did
It asked in an interview in 1989. It hadn't been asked in this. Testified, at least not so far.
no, I'll give you the exact quote of the question about the relationship.
Go ahead.
Maybe do it at some part.
Yeah.
Sure. Come on up.
Do you remember a incident at Cypress about breaking the window and calling the police?
Objection, Your Honor. Irrelevant.
Well, Vegas at times is around.
In 1988, remember an incident about breaking the window and calling the police?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained, but you can go to that area and give us a little more detail. Who allegedly broke the window?
You remember Kim being present when you were there, and you and your friends broke a window and you called the police reporting a burglary because you were afraid of your father?
Absolutely not.
Do you remember a scratch on your father's desk?
Yes. There's a bunch of scratches on my father's desk.
Okay, but you don't remember anything about a scratch and it getting fixed real quick so that there wouldn't be problems?
No.
The time that you indicated that you thought you heard the car and it sounded like a chainsaw. You didn't hear your father screaming at all?
Objection, Your Honor, he's already asked these.
Well, this is only the second time through. He's on cross. Go ahead.
I remember Dad's feeling something when he first went out there, but then when I didn't hear Dad say anything, it was when Mom was saying, yelling to me. There were no sounds from Dad, so I didn't know what happened to him. I heard him say something when he first ran out, and then I didn't hear anything else from him.
Did you think that he was getting cut up by a chainsaw?
I don't know what I thought. I just didn't know what happened to him. It sounded like a chainsaw. I don't know. Then I didn't really know what happened.
Well, do you remember, and this is again, November 9th, 1989, page 23, lines 23 through 24. You remember telling the district attorney that you thought your mother was chainsawing your father to death?
That's what I initially thought when I thought it was a chainsaw. When I was down in the canyon, I didn't know what I thought.
So originally at some time you thought that you heard your father screaming and thought your mother was chainsawing him to death?
No, because I only heard him scream the first time, so I figured I don't know what I figured. No, I did not think she chainsawed him to death when I came back up from the canyon. So
Read yourself page 23, lines 23 through the 26.
yes,
Okay. Do you remember telling the district attorney that you heard your dad screaming and you thought she was chainsawing to death?
yes, that's what I thought at first. Then when I came back from the canyon, I didn't think that anymore because I had not heard anything after the initial scream and then there wasn't the noise anymore.
Okay. So it's
After the car came back in, and then there was no noise from the car, there was no noise from Dad, there was just Mom.
So when you ran down so your testimony is that your thought as you were running down the canyon is that he was being chainsawed to death?
Your Honor, I'm going to object again under 765 of the Evidence Code. I believe that it's inappropriate for counsel to keep going over and over the same areas that he's gone over before, and I think the court can see that.
And I believe if she changes her mind, I have the right to go into the cross-examination.
Sustained. I don't. The jury's recollection is what counts. I don't recall that she's changed her mind. She's given you the same answers several times.
At the time that incident took place, you remember your mother yelling about that her only asset with her name on it in the world was sold?
She didn't say her only asset with the name on it, she said the house. The house is being sold.
Well, she talked about not selling it, and it was, she had nothing left in the world, and it was the only thing with her name on it. Didn't she?
I don't think she told me it was the only thing with her name on it. She said she didn't want the house to be sold.
Did she say that she didn't want it to be sold because it had her name on it? And she had nothing left in the world?
I did not know that her name wasn't on anything else.
Okay, but I'm just
So-
asking, when you're sitting there listening to her that day,
Well, if I had heard her say that, then I would have thought her name wasn't on anything else. So I didn't hear her say that.
Okay.
I still don't know if her name was on anything else.
on the November 9th interview, page 38 and 39. Lines 27 through 8. If you could read those to your son.
Okay.
Do you remember your mother saying something about it being her only asset in the world?
No. It had her name on it. I didn't say anything about having no more assets.
Did you say that there was some reason that he sold it so that she had nothing left in the world? Remember saying that?
No, she said I have nothing left in the world.
That's what I'm saying. That's just all she said. I'm just asking you what she said. Did she say that that was one of the things she said, that he sold it, she was upset, she had nothing left in the world?
Yes, I think that she said that.
Okay.
But I didn't understand that anything about names on anything. So I didn't understand that part.
The, is it true that you wished your father would give you more money, but you never had guts to ask him?
At first, when I,
Objection, Your Honor, it's irrelevant.
Sustained.
It would go with my last offer of proof, Your Honor.
Overruled. Excuse me, still sustained.
Did you have problems asking your father for things?
Objection, irrelevant.
Oh, you can answer that yes or no.
sometimes. Oh, I have to answer yes or no?
No, you can say sometimes.
You indicated that your mother, as things would happen, would write things in the diary. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's your testimony that you never said anything to her about the way Linda would dress in front of the children?
When did I? What are you talking about?
The way,
About the lingerie?
yes.
No, I never said anything to Mom about that.
Something was been marked as cue for identification. Do you recognize the handwriting in that?
Yes, it's my mom's.
As that appears to be the kind of writing she did in her diary?
Yes.
Okay. And she mentions the...
Objection, hearsay. All this witness can do is identify that writing as above her knowledge.
Sustained.
You indicated that your mother, that there was no problem that you knew about your mother having her accounts overdrawn and no money.
Objection. Vague.
1985.
Overruled.
86.
Overruled, okay.
Her accounts may have been overdrawn, but that wasn't because mom didn't have money. I mean, maybe she didn't have money in the accounts anymore at the end of the month, but she had some in the beginning of the month.
Was there complaints about in 85 when they were both your father's and your mother's, complaints about your father using the accounts to purchase things for Linda and leaving her in an overdrawn state?
Objection, Your Honor. It assumes the fact's not in evidence and it's hearsay.
Sustained.
Show you R for identification.
Counsel, may I see?
Oh, sorry. Do you recognize the handwriting? And
For the record, is R a one-page document?
R is a one-page document.
Do I recognize it as mom's writing?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm not, but my mic is weird. Can you hear me now? I have a weird mic that doesn't want to work most of the time. Oh, I hate this mic. Is it louder now? It has a wheel with no numbers or arrows or anything to let me know if it's getting louder or quieter. Is it getting louder or quieter? Is it good? I don't know. It drives me crazy. I fight with this mic every day.
Were there times that your mother would complain because your father would be gone away on vacation but would not allow her to have custody of the children in 1985?
Objection. Irrelevant. 1985.
Overruled. You can answer that, do you know?
I don't understand. Do you mean if mom would complain of that?
Yes.
Yes, mom complained of that.
Okay, and was it that in fact something that happened?
Well, I don't think that's the exact circumstances. Because sometimes when dad would go out on vacation and he would say that mom could have the kids, then she'd say she didn't want to be a babysitter. Just she wasn't going to babysit while he went off and did all these things.
And there was in 85 there was a problem when Thanksgiving Day was not.
I don't remember. If you could tell me more circumstances around it, maybe I'd remember, but I really don't remember what happened on Thanksgiving and Christmas every year.
Do you remember going over to your mother's house in a taxi?
Your Honor, again, I'm sorry. I'm going to object to the relevance of what might have happened on Thanksgiving Day in 1985.
Well, I don't need an offer of proof, Mr. William. I can't tell from your question whether it's relevant or not. Well, that she took a taxi to her mother's house for Thanksgiving?
Yes, there was.
I object to an offer of proof before the jury.
All right, come on up.
Did you ever read your mother's diaries?
Some pages. I never read them all.
And,
If it was lying on a table and I saw it, then that's the only time I would see it.
okay, and when you say you read some pages, can you give me an estimate? Was it 5 pages, 10 pages, or was it over the years you would read a page here and a page there?
Over the years, read a page here and a page there.
And was it from different volumes of it? Same volume, do you know?
I have no idea. I don't know how many volumes she had or anything.
Okay. And did your mother's house have lots of legal papers around it?
Yeah, she had boxes, bunches of stuff, all kinds of things.
And did you yourself, you've taken shooting lessons, have you not?
No, I didn't take shooting lessons. I went to camp and we shot at a target for an hour or two.
Well, you went to, at some point in time, somewhere you took some shooting lessons where you became accredited by the NRA, did you not?
They just give those things to all the kids. No, I didn't, they weren't lessons. There wasn't anyone instructing us. They just gave us a gun and then we shot at this hay thing with a target in it.
So your memory is you went to a camp where there was no
That's
instructors,
safe.
they gave you a gun and you shot at hay.
Your Honor, I object
No.
to the relevance.
That's really safe. That's safe. Yeah, let's give the kids a gun, let them shoot it, and then give them a certificate.
Same.
Your Honor, may I make an offer of protest, at least mark an exhibit?
As to whether or not she ever had shooting, this witness ever had shooting lessons?
Yes.
No. That's, the objection's sustained.
Do you recall an incident with coming over and talking to your mother where you were very upset because you were having problems at school and you found out about it being copied, a letter from your father to your brother, to his brother?
Your Honor, I object as to the relevance.
Well, I'm not sure of the relevance of it. This is different, Mr. Roy, than the letter to the mother and father. You're talking about something else?
Yes.
Go ahead, you can answer that. Yes or no?
Am I aware of it? Am I aware of the letter?
Did you talk to your mother about being upset about a letter that you received where your dad's way of letting you know how he was doing in school was being copied with a letter that was sent to your uncle?
I think I was in Ohio when that happened, and I think I talked to Mom on the phone about that. I think if that's what I'm thinking of.
In January of 1987, what grade were you in?
Oh, no, then that's different. That,
There's a question.
I'm going to show you the letter. Have you seen this letter before?
For the record, that's defendant's.
T, a letter dated January 20, 1987.
2 pages.
2 pages.
yes, I've seen it before.
And were you upset because your father was communicating to you by sending you copies of correspondence to other people?
I was upset that he didn't talk to me, but I knew why he wrote the letter to Uncle Larry. I wish he had talked to me about it, and then he could have still written this letter to Uncle Larry. But I didn't like it that it was a letter. I would have rather that he had spoken to me about it. But he did. I basically knew it was coming.
Were you upset when you were talking to your mother about it?
I don't remember in particular, but I'm sure that I was.
I have no further questions.
Good timing. We'll take our noon recess at this time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be in recess until 1:30. Please remember the admonition. Have a nice lunch.
Regardless of whether or not you are aware of the specific orders of court or the agreements between your parents, is it true that your mother did have visitation with all of you?
Yes.
And that was not enough?
Okay, we're gonna stop there. Just because it's an easy place to stop. Because if I stop at a complicated spot, I will have trouble finding it again. So we're gonna start. That's redirect at 106, and now that's Kim part 3. And now we're going to portal over. I guess it would work better if you could see me better. Okay. Now we're going to portal over from California to Florida, where we're going to watch the Donna Adelson trial, the matriarch mastermind murder trial, in Tallahassee, Florida. Very close to me. I'm still debating if I should drive up there one day. But then I can't stream it. If I knew what day she was going to testify, but she might testify today. What do you guys think? Would you like for me to be in the gallery? I don't know. I don't even know if that would be a fun thing to do or if I would rather be here with you guys. I don't know. Anyway, the state has rested. So I think Donna is going to testify because in openings, they did say you will hear from our client. So anyway, I've got it set to portal you over to the next stream. So if you're going to join us for the next stream, you don't have to do anything. It should just portal you over there. If you're not, thank you for joining us, and we will be back with more of Kim's. We will be back with Kim's redirect tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And if not, you will portal with us. So I will see you then. Bye, guys.